Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool plan, deadline day, bid for £350,000 a week star if Alexander Isak stays at Newcastle. Liverpool are ready to make a bid for one of Europe's most frightening players on the final day of the summer transfer window if Newcastle United do not sell Alexander Isak, according to a report, as manager Arne Slot and sporting director Richard Hughes learn what his former manager thinks of him. While Liverpool are in talks to sign Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace, the defending Premier League champions' dream end to the window would be to complete a deal for Newcastle striker Isak. Liverpool wanted to sign Isak before they secured the services of Hugo Ekitike, and manager Slot and sporting director Hughes are still keen on the Sweden international striker. Team Talks transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, was the first to exclusively break the news on July 24 that Isak has told Newcastle that he wants to join Liverpool. Isak has since agreed on personal terms with Liverpool and has not played in any competitive game for Newcastle this season. Newcastle are desperately trying to convince Isak to stay, but the striker's mind is made up, with the former Real Sociedad star claiming that last season's Carabao Cup winners had broken promises. Manager Eddie Howe, though, needs to get a replacement in before they can sell Isak, with Newcastle also holding out for £150 million, €173 million, $203 million. According to Give Me Sport, Liverpool have already identified an alternative and will make a bid for him on deadline day, if they are unable to convince Newcastle to sell Isak before then. If Newcastle maintain their not-for-sale stance on Isak, then Liverpool will make a move for Real Madrid and Brazil international forward Rodrigo. Team Talks transfer correspondent, Rudy Galletti, reported Liverpool's interest in Rodrigo back on July 20, noting that the Merseyside club were looking at the Brazilian star as a replacement for Luis Diaz, who eventually left for Bayern Munich. Rodrigo prefers to play as a left winger, but he has been used mainly on the right side of the attack and as a centre-forward at Madrid so far. With Ekitike making a positive start to his Liverpool career, the defending Premier League champions are not in urgent need of a striker and could sway towards a bid for Rodrigo if Isak stays at Newcastle, according to Give Me Sport. Rodrigo is having a tough time at Madrid under manager Xabi Alonso, who included the winger just once in his starting lineup at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 24-year-old was an unused substitute against Osasuna in Madrid's opening La Liga game of the season last Tuesday and was taken off in the 63rd minute against Real Oviedo last weekend. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is 3 signings Liverpool could make before the transfer deadline. Liverpool have had a productive summer with 5 major signings in Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike and Giovanni Leone. The Anfield club still have unfinished business, and could make a few additions to the squad before the transfer window closes on September 1. Let's have a look at 3 signings Liverpool could make before the transfer deadline. Alexander Isak, Newcastle United. The Sweden international has been pushing for a move to the Merseyside Giants over the past few weeks, but Newcastle have yet to change their stance on the striker. The Magpies have already turned down an offer worth £110 million from the Reds for their marksman, and they want at least £150 million to contemplate his departure. Even then, Eddie Howe's side may want a replacement to sanction his sale. As things stand, they are pushing to land Wolverhampton Wanderers Jørgen Strand Larsen. There could be a late twist in the tale. Newcastle may not want to keep an unsettled striker, who does not wish to play them. Isak has not trained with the team for weeks. Liverpool should be quietly confident of landing Isak before the transfer deadline on Monday. Marc Guehi, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace co-owner Steve Parish has admitted that the club will reluctantly sell Marc Guehi this summer if he does not put pen to paper on a new contract. The England international's current deal expires in June 2026, and the Eagles may not want to lose him on a free transfer or a cut-price move at the beginning of next year. Palace presently value their captain at £40 million, but Liverpool wish to pay less for the central defender. Geahhei would be a fabulous signing for the Reds with his strong physical presence and duel-winning ability. He could become a mainstay in the starting 11 as the season progresses. With Ibrahima Konate's uncertain future and shaky start to the campaign, the Blues graduate has the opportunity to stake a claim for a starting berth alongside Virgil van Dijk. As the transfer deadline approaches, Liverpool could persuade Palace to provide a discount on Geahhei. They could secure an agreement for £30 million to £35 million, including add-ons. Rodrigo, Real Madrid. The Brazil international has had a challenging career at Madrid since Xabi Alonso took charge as the new manager. He has been a regular and used substitute under the Spanish tactician. Rodrigo started ahead of Vinicius on the left wing last weekend amid the speculation, but we won't be surprised if the 24-year-old pushes for an exit before the transfer deadline. Rodrigo would be a fabulous recruit for the Reds, given he can comfortably play on either wing. He is most effective from the left flank and could provide strong competition for places. The Santos graduate is brilliant with the ball at his feet and is blessed with pace and quick dribbling skills. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our third news is Liverpool, pushing to sell 2020 signing to build Alexander Isak war chest further ahead of £130 million plus a new offer. The latest on Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak as we approach the transfer window deadline. Despite the transfer window deadline being just days away, the Alexander Isak saga still continues to burn bright. Liverpool remain heavily linked with the striker, who has made it clear he no longer sees a future with Newcastle United. The Reds could still complete a sensational move for Isak at this late stage, but it all depends on whether their Premier League rivals will agree on a transfer. Newcastle have already rejected a £110 million bid from Liverpool, but new reports are suggesting an improved offer that would break the British transfer record will be tabled. Liverpool have overseen impressive business this summer, on both the signing and selling front. The Reds have completed significant sales, including £85 million in initial fees for 6 players who were either youth players or development projects at Anfield. Arne Slot is continuing to assess how he can alter his squad, and Kostas Tsimikas is another player who could be headed for the door before the deadline. Since the arrival of Milos Kerkez, Tsimikas has slipped down the pecking order and could be moved on this summer. According to journalist Eleonora Trotta, the Premier League champions value him in the region of €8 to €10 million, £7 to £8 million. Roma are eyeing up a potential move. The Greek international. Italian outlet La Repubblica has reported that the club have intensified their contact over a deal for Tsimikas and have already reached a verbal agreement with the player, via Voci Giallorossa. Roma are seeking a loan deal with an option to buy, but Liverpool are pushing to make the transfer permanent this time round. The report claims that further developments are expected to unfold in the coming hours for the 2020 Anfield signing. Selling Tsimikas will add further funds to the kitty amid a potential reapproach for Isak. With just days left before the window closes, an improved bid for Isak is now imminent from Liverpool, according to TBR Football's Graham Bailey. With the player reportedly reiterating his desire to leave St James Park, Newcastle are now anticipating a bid from their Premier League rivals, amid serious doubts over whether Isak will play in black and white again. Bailey reports that Liverpool's new offer is expected to surpass £130 million and may even get closer to the £140 million mark in total. This is just shy of the full amount Newcastle have reportedly valued Isak at all along, but Liverpool are not willing to pay the full £150 million. Newcastle are continuing their pursuit of a new centre-forward, who could well be brought in to replace Isak. The Magpies have missed out on multiple targets this summer, including Hugo Ekitike. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fourth news is exclusive. Tsimikas closer to Roma, as Liverpool open to loan. It has been a very positive day in negotiations between Kostas Tsimikas and Roma, as for the first time Liverpool are open to a loan with option to buy, or even a dry loan. There were in-depth talks and the player's representative mediated with Liverpool to find a solution that will suit everyone, seeing as he is considered to be out of their project. the big development today was that the Premier League side agreed to consider letting Tsimikas leave on loan with an option to buy, and probably even a dry loan without option, after having said no over the last few days. We are not down to the details yet, there is a lot of work still to be done, but today was an important step taking the Greece international towards Roma. The left-back turned 29 in May and is under contract until June 2027, meaning that a loan is entirely possible without losing control of the player's future. He joined Liverpool at a cost of €13 million from Olympiacos in the summer of 2020. Liverpool are preparing a deadline day move for a £350,000 a week superstar if Alexander Isak stays at Newcastle. The Reds are also in active talks to sign Marc Guehi in a £30 million deal, while Roma close in on a move for Kostas Tsimikas. Could Liverpool complete 3 more signings before the transfer window closes? Red Circle Soccer Ball. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fifth news is Liverpool in active talks to sign Marc Guehi, ready to pay £30 million. Arne Slot's Liverpool remain in active talks with Crystal Palace to sign their defensive mainstay Marc Guehi. According to Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool haven't given up on their pursuit of Marc Guehi. The Reds remain in active talks to sign the English international. They are willing to fork out in excess of £30 million to get a deal over the line before the transfer deadline. However, the move depends entirely on Crystal Palace. While things didn't go according to plan for Geahhei at Chelsea, the move to Selhurst Park back in 2021 has done wonders for him. He has established himself as one of their mainstays, and his consistent performances in the English top flight have made him a regular feature in the England national team. Multiple top clubs wanted to sign him last summer as well, but Palace somehow managed to hold on to him. With just a year left on his deal, the expectations were that the Eagles would sanction his departure this time around. While there has been no shortage of interest, Steve Parish has been seeking a massive fee to let him leave. With Geahhei set to be available for free in 12 months, no club has been willing to meet their demands. Liverpool have been keen on his signature since the start of the transfer window. They see him as an ideal fit for their project. He will add more quality and depth to Arne Slot's team and could become one of the mainstays in the long run with Virgil van Dijk in the final phase of his career. Liverpool continue to push for Geahhei. While the Reds have been making moves, they haven't been able to strike a deal with the Eagles. Despite long-drawn negotiations, the Merseyside club haven't given up on their hopes of signing him this summer. They remain in talks with the Eagles to secure his services before the deadline and are willing to pay in excess of £30 million. While the player has given the green light to the move and is keen on joining the Merseyside club, the transfer depends on Palace's willingness to sell. The Eagles are reportedly looking for an ideal replacement. If they do find one in time, they could open the door for Geahhei's departure. With only a few days left in the window, it certainly won't be that straightforward. Liverpool are preparing a deadline day move for a £350,000 a week superstar if Alexander Isak stays at Newcastle. The Reds are also in active talks to sign Marc Guehi in a £30 million deal, while Roma close in on a move for Kostas Tsimikas. Could Liverpool complete 3 more signings before the transfer window closes? Red Circle Soccer Ball. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. With Liverpool to find a solution that will suit everyone, seeing as he is considered to be out of their project. The big development today was that the Premier League side agreed to consider letting Tsimikas leave on loan with an option to buy, and probably even a dry loan without option, after having said no over the last few days. We are not down to the details yet, there is a lot of work still to be done, but today was an important step taking the Greece international towards Roma. The left-back turned 29 in May and is under contract until June 2027, meaning that a loan is entirely possible without losing control of the player's future. He joined Liverpool at a cost of €13 million from Olympiacos in the summer of 2020. Liverpool are preparing a deadline day move for a £350,000 a week superstar if Alexander Isak stays at Newcastle. The Reds are also in active talks to sign Marc Guehi in a £30 million deal, while Roma close in on a move for Kostas Tsimikas. Could Liverpool complete 3 more signings before the transfer window closes? Red Circle Soccer Ball. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Liverpool confirm faith in young sensation as 5-year deal agreed. Liverpool's youth and academy sides continue to produce talent after talent. The latest example has been Geahhei, with the 16-year-old scoring the winner against Newcastle on his Premier League debut, but the attacker is also joined in and around the first-team picture by Trey Nyoni, another promising youngster, while the presence of Curtis Jones and Connor Bradley shows the way. There are plenty more talents on the fringes too, with the likes of Owen Beck and Lewis Kumas set to enjoy beneficial loan spells in the Championship this season. McConnell agrees new deal. Another player destined for a temporary spell is midfielder James McConnell, who has established himself as a favourite of Arne Slot's over the course of the past year. The former Sunderland youth has already played 13 times for the Liverpool first team, having first broken through under Jurgen Klopp. McConnell is now set for a loan deal with Ajax in the Eredivisie, who are coached by Arne Slot's former Liverpool assistant John Heitinga. That was a crucial factor in the club choosing Amsterdam as McConnell's next destination, with several championship clubs as well as European teams interested in the England under-20 international. According to The Athletic, West Brom, Hull and Oxford all wanted McConnell, while Sturm Graz were also a potential candidate to land him. No permanent deal has been discussed for McConnell, who is seen by Slot as a potential first-team option in the future. Indeed, Liverpool's faith in the youngster has been confirmed by the awarding of a 5-year contract, extending his terms until 2030. That is a big endorsement for the youngster, who would probably have struggled for game time at Anfield this season. Nonetheless, a season of men's football in the cut and thrust of one of Europe's highest divisions could be just what he needs to set himself up for a career in red. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.